Let's see who they want. Mm, mm. Okay. Let's see. Let's see who they want. Let's see. Let's see who they want.
It's time to see who they want. I'ma kick back and roll me a blunt with the culture. We know it's trending, it's over. I can't respect your feelings. I touch your shoulder, fuck your feelings. We the culture, we know who they want. Who they want, we know who they want. Who they want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the podcast made for the culture, by the culture. Y'all know y'all tuned into Live with DJ Steady and Company. You know I got my man Kyle E, Mr. A for Able, always keeping who they want entertainment on the brain and ready to upload some new content. Want to shout out my bro. Today was the first release of the season one kickoff or the new season kickoff for A for
Lucy.
Able. You
Yeah,
feel and DJ
yeah,
Steady just happens to be EP number one, getting the brother
mhm,
some exposure. So, make sure y'all go to YouTube and check out A for Able, the podcast by my man Kyle E.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to you, man, for being the first interview to kick off the new season. Thank you thank you again for for telling the story, being transparent about it, and hopefully we can inspire some people. You know.
Absolutely. It's been a game changer for me. I feel like this was the moment. This was the moment to seize the day and get everything off my chest. So I wouldn't be so compound with, oh, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. You know, this is episode 13 for me for the reboot
Mm,
of, reloading everything back into it and, working out the thing with the name and branding issues,
right,
but I'm
right.
still Mr. Who they want. That ain't changing. That ain't going nowhere. I'm still that guy. The energy's still there. The love's still there. The support's still there. So,
I hear you.
real quick
I hear
before we get into our topic of today's discussion, I just want to shout out to everybody that's watching via YouTube, if you're watching via Facebook, if you're watching via TikTok, and if you're listening in on any of the podcast networks like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast fix, live with DJ Steady and Company. I appreciate the support. Now, what we got to talk about today, Callie?
Okay, so I got a question. I got a question for you, bro.
Okay.
Okay. So you know how we talk about we talk about technology a lot. I want to know from you. Like last time we were talking about communicating via dreams and brain waves, right?
Right.
Which scientists figured out that that's actually possible. I want to ask you a personal question. Since well, not a personal question, but just think about it for a second. They're implementing AI in everything, right? So
Hmm.
how much of it do you see yourself using in the future? Like, do you see yourself implementing it into your business more? Do you see yourself like doing a little bit here and there because it's still in its infancy stage, or so we think. And next thing you know, it's like it comes up with these crazy theories and ideas. What is your take on
Excellent
it?
question.
And what have you used so far?
Right. Well, for me, I'm going to say using slang from future, the artist. You either ride the wave, or you either gonna ride the wave, or you get lost in the wave. And right now, I'm
Mhm,
riding the wave.
mhm,
I've done it, for some logo work. I've used AI for that. For certain little topics, and to kind of get an outline. I've used it for that. So I'm getting used to it, like you said, while it's being in the infancy stages. Me and my dear friend Mistress Dazzy is talking about something on the
mhm,
business
mhm,
network that is going to involve the use of AI, website building and things like that. So I'm like, okay,
mhm.
it's the way of the future. I don't see no harm in, like, I know it has its bugs and quirks and things that have to work out, but Rome wasn't never built in a day. So I'm team AI is definitely a tool I would say I would like to have at reach.
And right now, I've used it in small instances. Like I've used it for like a quick logo. I've used it for. I tried using it for music and
Yeah.
varying results. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you want a quick like background track, and my editing program happens to have like an AI music tool, and I'm like, this is basic as heck. But you know what? I just need it for like a quick few seconds. So, and I've even used it as for like a business strategy. You know,
Okay.
like if I can't think of tags to use, I go to like Chat GPT and ask them, okay, what do you think? I don't use everything, but they come up with some good stuff at least. You know, it's very and it's a very controversial thing. Like there's another one out right now called DeepSeek, right? It's a
Mhm.
Chinese it's a Chinese based model, right? And that seems to have better results, right? Depending on what you're asking it, but I'm not trying to use like every AI thing that comes out because there's something new every freaking day. You know?
Indeed, it is.
Yeah.
Technology has gone rampant. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things being given to us at our fingertips, at our disposal, that
Mhm.
if it's for you, then cool. If it's not for you, then that should still be cool. you
Yeah.
know I'm not we're not here to bash it. Just people,
Nah.
there's love and hate for anything in life, in things of the day. But I'm that kid from, the 90s, where, Back to the Future and anything that gave us any look towards the future was cool in its that time frame. And then now that we've reached those years, like we're in the year that Back to the Future took place. We're in 2025.
It's
So,
it's it's like I remember I remember a few years back when 2015 came around and people were like, "Hey, we're the exact moment where they come back where they actually go to a version of the future, and we're nowhere near what they predicted, except for a few things. We already had like they predicted flat screen TVs, like 3D movies being more of a thing, even though at that point I think 3D, like 3D films had already like kind of hit its peak in a way, you know. But it was cool to see. But you know what I'm seeing a lot of though, and I have been for like past couple years. Uh, AI generated music videos,
interesting. Okay.
right? Like people are using like they're doing parodies of like there's this dope content creator that does like parodies of like Family Guy, Simpsons, Teen Titans, or whatever, and he makes videos out of it. He makes like rap songs out of it, right? But these crazy rad shit songs, and I'm like, but some of them they got bars, and then like okay, they sound like robots. I can't complain about the auto tune sound because they're literally that's what they are, right?
Right.
But I'm like, why do I like this?
Man, they got Patrick Starr being a
I
whole
know,
artist out here, for real, for real.
right?
Like,
Like you want to see SpongeBob and his crew sing a cover of a freaking Casey and JoJo? Go right ahead.
it's there, people, like, no, and who would have ever thought we've gotten to this part of life, that you get to see, for those that love cartoons, like, you get to see your favorite character, like, even anime heads, there's, Dragon Ball Z concerts,
Yep.
Vegeta can do his thing with the mic, you know?
Vegeta and Goku singing. Well, okay, somebody did a cover of the halftime show for Not Like Us using Vegeta and Goku, and I
It was hype. No, it was hype. It was break dancing. I've seen it. They was
it's so
lit.
ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. But the models themselves, like the 3D models, are dope. I can't. It's like a love hate thing. I want to hate this, but I can't completely, you know?
Right. And you made me think about, you remember like in our early years of the Who They Want podcast days where you brought a topic up about the fembots, like we can place orders for,
Yeah,
get your little love companion,
yeah, yeah.
mechanical Android. And then look at, everything that Elon Musk is trying to do with that now, actually trying to bring that to life as a
He's not
thing.
gonna be the. He is not gonna be the. He is not gonna be the first. He wants to act like people want to act like he's gonna be the first thing. No, people have been working on this forever. Okay, like people have been working on this forever. They literally have taken the concept of the Her movie and turned it into what we got right and turned it into what we got right now. Like I just saw I was watching a Japanese creator ask a guy on the street, like, do you want a girlfriend? Like, what is your relationship status, right? And he says, I made a program. I have an AI girlfriend on my phone. And I'm like, and then he's like, okay, so what if you guys get into a fight or something? He's like, I could just delete the code. He's not like he's not, he just so he's like, bro, you just gonna delete your girlfriend like that? And she's like, I know she's not real. You know, he hasn't completely crossed the line.
Nah, but then they're gonna be as a movie connoisseur. Think about the movie like Free Guy, where sometimes them
Yep.
codes get in there and do a little mutation of their own and decide, oh, you thought you was gonna erase me? Like I'm done. Like nah, I'm gonna fight for what I want.
Yo, that actually happened. They tried to delete one of the AI models. The AI model saw that it was going to be deleted, so it transferred itself to another program. Bro,
Man,
it
I
already
can't.
happened.
I'm mind blown because this is reality. Again, everything that we only thought we would just see on TV in those present moments is
Yep.
now in that future of early stages of development. Like it's becoming a thing, and I'm excited for it. Even if it doesn't get the momentum that you would think it's supposed to get as a future presence. Just that the fact that I get to presently see it now, I'm alive, living. Like imagine me going to a doctor's appointments one day and then the receptionist might be a whole AI android, and I probably didn't even know till the doctor pulled me in the back and be like, so how do you like our android system? And I'm gonna be like, what, that was an android?
Oh, you mean like they make it look real, like just real?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
I
want
can't wait
that.
to get to those
No,
stages.
no. That's what I don't want. I don't want to be able to. I don't want the like the concept of uncanny valley. I don't want you to look realistic. You're a robot. I want you to look like a robot. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to do anything particularly with you except for interact with you. Like for example, if we go to say like a fast food place or whatever, and they got a fast and they got a AI robot at the counter, I want them to actually look like a robot. I don't want them to look like an employee. If I have a kid one day and it's time for them to go to school, and they have AI teachers in the school now, which they are testing in certain places in the UK right now as we speak, I don't want them to look like an android. I want them to look like a robot. You know what I'm saying? I still want to have that look. This is a robot. This is a human being. I don't want there to be a like, oh, hey, look, they look so real. No, that's the problem. You want to make robots like humans. This is not Bicentennial Man. Please don't let that happen. I don't care what nobody said. Bicentennial Man was an okay film. It was, you
For the
know, it was
time period, it wasn't all of that.
it wasn't like Robin Williams' best, and it was a bit too long. But at the same time, I enjoyed it for what it was. But that is where it seems like every sci-fi film that we have seen, something about it becomes reality or has become reality. That's the crazy part. And since we're talking music and whatnot, we already have we've talked about this before. We already have like like holographic. We got like Vocaloids and holographic artists already out there. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of I'm really hoping that it doesn't get too crazy because making these AI songs and full albums and stuff, putting them on Spotify, and they're like, oh no, I don't know.
Absolutely, man.
Oh,
Well, speaking on music again, I want to big up my man, my T Pain, Mr. 850 T Pain, the
yep.
Tallahassee hero, for getting his own street in Tallahassee, T Pain Lane.
Oh, big
And
ups.
the thing,
Yep, big ups.
big up to that. And also, I read that he's into the catalog, the thing where artists are selling pieces of the catalogs for a disclosed amount that,
Oh, you talking about their music? Oh, is he
right.
selling his catalog?
He's another artist that has sold his catalog.
Oh man,
Yeah, man. When you talk about timeless music now, what level have we gotten to where it's like, okay, after 20 years of seeing all that success and dealing with record labels and advances, and your money gets low, and now they're just like, you know what? I'm gonna make these deals and I'm gonna sell my catalog. Because you figure as an artist, you can always go back and drop more music and create another one. But if we talking real on the subject of MJ, I still don't see nobody surpassing the success that Thriller had. Like I don't see nobody because everybody's still
that's
chasing that when it comes to their artistry.
yeah, yeah. I got a little nephew right now that knows a Thriller dance inside and out, and he's yeah, like he's when I say he's gonna grow up listening to Michael Jackson and freaking Nina Simone and freaking Hall and Oates and stuff like that. That's what his parents got him on right now, you know.
Cult
And
classic
he
music.
exactly so, and he can dance. You don't even ask. You don't even have to ask him. You just put the music on. And he's ready to go. Thriller, right? He's ready to go.
Man, tell sis to get nephew ready. Tell sis to get nephew ready, man. He's about to do great things with that talent, and you don't even know it.
And if I couldn't even. I remember the first time I watched the Thriller video. I was freaked out at first, especially when the poem comes in. You know, that was the creepiest part of that video. Everybody else said it was the zombies. No, it was the voice during that poem. Oh
Yeah,
man.
yo, and the guy that did the voice, yeah, there was an interview where at the time, they offered him a chance to get royalties from that, and he just took the lump sum of money and didn't even
Mhm.
realize how big that it had gotten in that time. Like sometimes like Jason Weaver in The Lion King. Every time the Lion King plays, and just can't wait to be king comes on, he gets
Yep.
royalties from that.
He gets royalties from it because his mom was smart. She's like, look, we're not taking a lump sum. I want him to be able to live off this the rest of his life, just in case something happens, right? So
Absolutely.
to this day, he's still getting royalty checks. But getting back to T Pain for a second, um, so T Pain had once said that he makes more money doing video game streams because he's got his own, because he's got his own company, Nappy Boy Gaming, right? So he does. So he streams on a regular basis. He makes more money doing that than he does doing music. He loves doing music, but he makes more money playing video games.
What can I say? He's an entrepreneur. And he's open about, in his early stages of making some bad money deals. You knew how much he blew through his millions at start to now, like you said, making more money streaming games has been very lucrative. Like big ups to that. And you still love music. He still gets out and perform. Like he's not too big on a high horse that he doesn't, get in the saddle of entertaining and doing music. Absolutely. So I
I, lo-
love it,
I
man.
love I love his podcast, the Nappy Boy Radio podcast. I'm waiting for more
A
episodes.
new season. He definitely needs to get back. Come on, T-Pain, man, get back in there.
I love his interviews. I love the energy. You know what I mean? And I love the production quality. I see the cameras and stuff and the work he's putting in. I'm like, bro, this is these are really cool. These are really cool guests. And they're just having a good time. Sometimes they gotta talk about some serious stuff too, but they're just having a good time. And it shows.
And it shows, and I love it. I love it. Big ups to that. Real quick, just want to shout out the comment section is going crazy on Live with DJ Steady. We got it's all new news in the building, showing love. You feel me? Waving out. We got Huddy World in the building. You check out that Artistry Tuesday in the archives with my man Huddy World, taking over the game. And we got my sis, my bestie, the Alora D. Girl, if I hadn't known that you had already made previous engagements, to be part of another program, you could be up here on the platform chiming in with us. I saw you gaming on the TikTok, building your streaming system up on your platform. Much love to my sis, Alora D. You feel me? And, we about to get ready to bring the guests in the building and get into our little journalistic thing that we do here on Live with DJ Steady. But I want to take this quick moment to acknowledge and say rest in peace, Roberta Flack. Rest in peace. We took a hit. We lost Roberta Flack. A legendary singer. If y'all remember, I know we're more hip to Killing Me Softly being done by the Fugees and Miss Lauryn Hill. But before that was a thing, it would not have been in creation without the lovely Miss Roberta Flack. So rest in peace to her. And also a rest in peace to cult British singer songwriter Bill Fay passed away. So that three-peat, exactly, bro. And we also lost soul singer Jerry Butler.
Wow,
man, the death angel came through and definitely did what the angel had to do. So rest in peace to those lovely people.
Rest in peace, rest in power. Wow.
So y'all ready to kick this thing up? We ready. The viewer discretion is about to be televised right here, right now, live, in color, in live with DJ Steady and Company. We got the homie, the brother, Mr. JARMAR is in the building to bless us with his presence. And we're going to talk about his artistry, people. So ladies and gentlemen, let's tap in.
Oh.
Look at me. That was not me. That was. We're gonna get a better producer one of these days.
I'm in and out. I can be in and out all day if I want to.
I love it. Right.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah, doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I cannot complain. Actually, I can't complain because it's in the middle of the week. I can't wait till the weekend.
There you go. Right, and I promise you, they come so fast now. You be like, Monday's here, and in the blink of an eye, it's already back on Friday.
Yeah, you guys were talking about some weird shit earlier, so I have to bring it up. I think the reason why the world is moving so fast is because that big ass thing they have in Sweden or something like that. It's like this super generator thing.
Oh, the super collider.
And they run that shit all the time, and it continuously making the world do some weird shit, making time seem like it's going so fast compared to 20, 30 years ago.
I mean,
that's my 2 cents on that.
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, like it's been 5 years since the pandemic, and I'm like, was that really 5 years ago?
Was that really 5 years?
Was that really 5 years? Shoot, I remember.
Or maybe they needed 1 year to make. Yeah, they needed 2 years to really feel like 1 year.
Exactly.
It's weird because we're already heading into March after 1 month passed by, and we're going into March. Like, where does the time go?
Yeah, they didn't even say Happy Black Month. They didn't even say Happy,
Black History Month.
But they did not.
We don't even know what to say now.
Right.
We're gonna have to merge all the words together. You know what? We celebrating everything right here, right now in that run. Did.
Yes. I have to appreciate that.
What's
Happy
up,
Black
Harris?
History Month, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Harris is
Again.
drinking again. Mr. Pubcast is in the building, showing love. I see your brother out there in the comment where I love when my people tap in. That's how real we is. See, when you do it for the culture, by the culture shows you love people.
Yeah, true. True.
Amen. Amen.
All right. Well, man. All right. So we got our guest, Mr. JARMAR.
Jamar Green, man. I'm sorry, I didn't put my full name in there, but it's Jamar Green.
It's all good. JARMAR Green. It's all good. It's all good. Just making sure I had the pronunciation right, just in case, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So for those of us who do not know, you good? All right. So for those of us who do not know, can we get a little rundown of who is JARMAR Green?
Yes. Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised, artist, musician. I don't know. I'm a hard worker, grinder. I control what I can control. And I make sure I live my life day in and day out around the things that I can control. So that way my peace is never uncontrollable. That's a real basis of how I walk in the room, how I present myself. Very humble, very down to earth. I love weird shit like video games and shit like that, but I also love my artistry, and that's about me.
And how would you describe your art?
My art is it's nice. I like it a lot. I don't really just street rap. I don't really do the hip hop, but I do like a rhythm and rap. If you know. I do fall into my storytelling on my beats that I get from my friends and people I grew up with. And then again, just like you said, like you shout out to T-Pain from taking his music and switching it over to just streaming and doing what pays him the most, man. Because those are the people I really look to as far as influence. And people like Master P that took, rapping and music, just the bare minimum of it, and just execute things like Product and just skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of people, and even like jokers like Soulja Boy, you have to give them their flowers for the shit they do, for being the first at everything. Like, I mean, look at what all we're doing. We're doing everything's off streaming platforms, and back when we were in school and shit, he was off YouTube looking like an idiot. So
that was in the early days of YouTube too.
Exactly.
Like, in the early days of YouTube, like I am not the biggest Soulja Boy fan. My friends will tell you that, but I give the man his props for being he did like a lot of stuff he did himself, and it was early on during the when the Soulja Boy track came out in what was it, 2007, and
around that time. Yeah, it was around that time. It was
2006, 2007. You damn right.
Yeah, it went absolutely bananas. But the first time I heard about it, because I was on I'm not listening to radio as much. Everything I was looking for, I was just listening to over the internet, or if I got a recommendation from a friend. The next thing you know, I go to my cousin's wedding, and they got us on the floor. And the DJ plays Soulja Boy, and I'm seeing people do this dance, and I'm right in the middle of it. I have no idea what's going on. I'm like literally right in the middle of it. I have no idea what the heck is going on. I finally see the video, and I'm like, oh, that's it. But then there was imitators. Like everybody wanted to have a dance shortly after. It was
the Crank That era was bananas. There was Crank That Batman, Crank That Yak. That was during them days where ringtones, you could get Verizon and they had to download the ringtones, and you was not popping if your phone didn't ring one Crank That jam at all.
Back in the day, you had to record songs to make them your ringtones too.
Off the radio, you wait for
and there was like modders, like, hey, if you want to make this a ringtone, here's a site you can just make this a ringtone out of. I'm like, but and I'm getting and I was and just like you, I was into like video games and stuff. I was the nerd in school, right? So I'm getting teased for playing Japanese music in chiptune, and everybody else is listening to freaking 5-second ringtones. Give me a break.
For real.
Uh,
It was a
time
time
to be alive.
For
Hey,
real,
I will
bro.
say we are the only generation that was able to skyrocket through technology like that. No
Facts.
other generation has. You got to
Facts.
realize that. And
No.
like you said, Steady, you said it right. Either you ride that wave or you get lost in it.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the rich stay rich. Like, you're gonna sit there and complain and be a Debbie Downer about everything that comes forward, and then you got
Mhm.
it's Apple, Steve Jobs. You know, we laughed at the iPods. Man, you wasn't cool with the iPod, big block in your pocket. That wasn't something. To now everything comes with the apps and everything's so again, we're in a hands-on phase of we want it right now, we want it hot and ready like a Little
Yep.
Caesars pizza.
Yeah,
Yep.
oh man, but
They'll sell us the same exact phone 16 times.
Same thing Michael Jordan doing with the shoes.
yo,
Be for real. Be for real. We out here with iPhone 30s that still look like iPhone 1s and Jordan 100s that still look like he's still running the game
the only
in
thing,
84.
they did
Come
was
on.
switch up the colors. The only thing they did was switch up the colors, switch up the design a little bit, but it's exactly the same. And add a camera, add like another freaking camera.
And they still
Yep.
killing people for it.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy world.
Oh my gosh.
But before we get off the Soldier Boy subject, I just want to think, what y'all thought about him and this Marlon
Oh
Wayans
my
situation?
gosh. Please.
Don't even-
Everybody needs
next,
money. Yeah.
Next, don't even give him any more press. No, Yeah,
You went to war with the fool of the Wayans brothers, though,
Man,
bro. Like,
let me tell you
come
something.
on,
Let me tell you something.
That shit is stupid.
You said something about somebody else's family you know nothing about.
My thing is, what was funny about it all is when Marlon was like sharing like texts of Soulja Boy talking about, big bro, let me in a movie.
Yeah, this is
You don't mess with the rabbit when he got the gun loaded.
this is
I think
him
that's so funny.
crying and whining like you haven't called me yet, man. You haven't called me yet.
Exactly. I mean, Soulja Boy, you got to give him his props, but even Kanye was like, "Oh, I don't want this verse."
Even Kanye was like, wait a minute.
But hey, I will still hold him on a pedestal because he was the first to do a lot of things that we attempt to do. So I mean, I gotta.
Yeah,
but he is funny. That dude is funny.
Give him that. I can't take that away from him.
Yeah,
Because
and the
his
matter he
attitude.
gets online, exactly, his attitude. If the matter he gets online, the I don't know why the easier I am to laugh.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yo, we should do an episode like this. Who's leading the rings? Like even Plies, gets on Instagram or on Twitter and does his thing too. So you got Plies, you got Soulja Boy. It's funny now. It's
Everybody got a
humorous.
little bit.
It's just straight bite-sized entertainment,
Exactly.
and that's
Exactly.
it. But enough
Back
about
in, people.
them
Welcome back.
acting like fools. Let's go. Man, but Mr. Jamar Green, you said early on that you say you don't call yourself like a like street rapper. You don't go for like one lane. You're more of a storyteller.
Absolutely.
You're more of a storyteller. So when I would ask you, like, who are your favorite storytellers?
I'd have to say like the people that I grew up on, like, and I'm gonna have to take a step back because like throughout high school, I did get into like really heavy death metal. Like I play guitar. If you see my guitar behind me, it's a 7-string headless guitar. I played the shit out of guitar. So I got into like heavy metal. I got into like metalcore, emo music and shit like that. Those were the stories. These people were hurt. Like these people were passionate, hurt people that made music. And so when I got into like my metal band and things, it was hard to like really, really tone in and understand 5-6 different people that were in that band. So it was hard to like coordinate. It was hard to practice. It was hard to keep in tone and things upon that nature for year after year, show after show. But then when I started doing music for myself, I carried that shit over. I carried that pain over. If you listen to any of my music, not a lot of it sounds happy, but a lot of it sounds soulful. and there's a little bit of a pain in there in my voice, I feel. But I ain't hurt or struggling or nothing, but I've been there. I know what it feels like. I know what up and downs feel like. And
You're just trying to tap back into that and get it out.
right. I'm trying to just tell the story that I
know?
lived through now that I have a little platform that people will listen to me. I mean, and I always make music, whether it's just my family listening or or people out there listening. It don't matter. I'm always going to be creative. But the lyric part, that's new, because before I was just my guitar and the orchestra of the music, and I had the singer or the screamer do all the lyrics. Well, now it's the opposite way around. I had to like get my beats from people, and then I had to feel those beats and then reflect on the story that I can tell over that beat. And I'm thinking of my project Backends that just released on 128. I know that sounds so. It's been 2 months damn near, and oh my gosh, like time is just flying by, right? 128, I released Backends. It came with a video, financials, but that whole project was about controlling what you can control, protecting your surroundings, protecting your peace, protecting what you work hard for. And I really do value that in my storytelling and that. And then even in my music that I'm doing now, I feel like I'm telling stories about past reflections, and I'm able to really like hone in on things through these beats. And I got 12 songs on release. And each one holds a very, very dear part to me. And I can't wait to get more and more music out. But I know it's a steady burn, right? It's a steady burn.
Right. Yeah. In my mind, I'm looking at you like writing in a journal or typing up on like remember when Live Journal was a thing?
Yeah.
Like I see that.
Dude, I mean, I'm in a notepad every day. Like I'm in a notepad with my music and my beats every single day. It's very rare, and I'm just now trying to do like things like punch in. And that's just because I'm getting like these little free beats from people. Like I do my little stream Twitch thing as well. That's why I have this like whole setup here. And I get on there, and some people come in and they send me beats. Like I got to shout out Mindway Boy. He from fucking Russia. Like I would never go over to Russia and be like, "Oh, can I get some beats?" No, he came into my stream and sent me a pack, and I'm working on songs with him. Like now, I don't know if he's really from Russia, but that's what he told me. But I know this is a persona off Instagram, off Twitch. So like it's endless.
Because we're so like the internet has made us so the world has always been small, but the internet just made it smaller, right? Like, and the music can reach, and it can reach anybody, regardless of genre, regardless of taste, regardless of cultural background or whatever. And then when I learned like Russians, Germans, they like and like so many people, they love hip hop, they love metal, they love both. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
they are just as passionate, if not more passionate, than what we are about our own music. I swear to God.
Exactly. And when we get to actually collaborate with them and make some new, make some new art, make some stuff that's never been done before, like I'm down. I don't care if you speak another language.
Right.
As long as I can feel what you're trying to tell me, then that's what I'm listening to.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I said you were talking about, AI use and utilizing it for like websites and stuff like that. And there's some people on Fiverr that are not even from this country that'll fucking take your idea and explode it for half the price, thirds of the price that somebody right down the street that in your whole life.
Exactly. And that's crazy that we have to become these people that you can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't go to the homie, because we always think, because that's the homie, homegirl, whatever, that you're supposed to get these, or sometimes you figure we so buddy, we clicking that you can slide me something like that, really free. And no, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So now I love that. Like having these things again, at reach, just reaching out to people, connecting, even, streaming, like these Twitch streamings have done grand scale levels of stuff for people.
It's just an extra avenue. You got, to my opinion, you need every avenue you can. Now, I don't have TikTok, but I have a lot of avenues, right? But regardless, there's people out there who have TikTok and don't care. Every avenue. And they see royalties off that, man, because shit, the money green at the end of the day.
Money's green. Money's green, and these days, like it don't go as far as it used to. You know,
That's right. No, I don't.
Like I was talking to a friend earlier today, and he was like, "Look, all I want is to support myself off of one job," and I'm like, "That I'm not going to say that's a dream. I'm going to say good luck."
Right.
I'm gonna say good luck. And the dude's a hard worker. He's worked multiple jobs before, and bills are still piling up. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
it don't make any sense. But if you can,
That's the problem. That's where you have to get it's a marathon, not a
Exactly.
race mentality. Because the bills are going to rise, but your work ethic should, you know what I'm saying? If you keep a steady pace, because sometimes the bills will drive you so crazy you rush yourself to an early grave because you've allowed that to defeat you. You work, and even I'm the type, as a person on a fixed income and want to do so much with the little I do have. And I'm frustrated because it's like, I want to go do this and have a great time. And then money looks a little funny, but sometimes like you said, bro, about these different avenues, sometimes you can get the same level of fun at a cheaper
Exactly.
price and live to fight another
Yeah,
day.
and that's what separates people who ride the wave and people who get lost is how you navigate that. I mean, Steady, you had it, man. You had it.
And no, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like so you've been able to you've been able to kind of transcend genres. You know what I'm saying? Well, to me, heavy metal music and hip hop kind of they collide very well. They can go like hand in hand very well. They have for years. You know what I'm saying? But what is it about you going from doing being in the metal scene to doing the type of music you do now? What is it what feels different, and what is it that feels the same?
Yeah. We'll start off with the same, because the hard work, that'll never change. You know what I'm saying? What you put in out of your day, because obviously between the hours of 9 and 5, the whole world is busy, including myself. Like, there's just bills we have to pay, and between those hours I can't work on my artistry. But it's after 5 o'clock, do I feel like turning on that stream? Or after 5 o'clock, do I feel like turning on this studio computer here to record myself, to write an extra line, to do that extra line? Not a line of coke, but a line of lyric, to do that extra line. For the viewers, you never know. For the viewers, they said do that line. We don't judge, but turn on that computer, turn on that beat. Are you going line from line? Are you writing? Are you consistent? That consistency will never change. What is different is me taking the stress that it feels the same and embracing it. The stress that I felt with a band, with the heavy metal that needed bodies, I needed people to play heavy metal, unless I wanted to be an internet project. But internet projects don't play shows or tour. So you have to have a band. You have to have individuals to play the drum, bass, guitar, 2 guitarists, a piano, a synthesizer, whatever that means, an engineer, all that all has to be there. Now with my rap, it's just me, a couple of friends that make beats, and I turn on my computer here and I talk into a mic. I speak into a mic. I tell a story over a mic, and it's just me. It's just all me. And I feel like I can even reflect on myself harder now without, anticipating, is this riff that I'm playing going to be, is my drummer going to be satisfied? Is it going to encourage him to continue to want to build music like this? The same with my bass player, same with my singer. Is he going to be able to write lyrics over this stuff? Like, it was all stuff running through my head, where now it's like, okay, do I like this beat? Yes or no? Can I write a story over this beat? Yes or no? and then boom, 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 boom. I really do like it. I do love it. I love the stress that it comes with. I know that I have to connect and partner up with engineers to mix and master. I have to connect with producers to make beats. I have to connect with doing shows and stuff like that. Like that's all good stress to me, and I love being able to. And it's almost promoting myself. And my 9 to 5 is sales. I do sales. I communicate over, and I sell a communication platform. But like all that is the same thing. I have 2 minutes to talk to a CEO to make them like me, to get to a meeting so I can show them my product. Like, like that's all going hand in hand too. And that's another thing that traveled from doing heavy metal, pitching my band, to pitching stuff at work, to now pitching myself for shows and stuff like that. What's easier about rap and stuff, like a lot of places take a EPK, like an electronic press kit, which is just like a bunch of information for myself, and then I can submit that. So boom, another thing AI has helped me with.
And
since the AI topic is
full circle. You just made it come full circle.
Dude, because you guys were talking shit this morning. Yeah, I love it, bro. Y'all were talking your shit this morning.
I love it.
Bro, you gotta let the people know.
I love this. I love this already. So all right. So we have like you have your project out. It's been out for about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
What inspired this this particular project? Did you already have songs in the vault and you were like, oh, I can use this for this, or did you write all new material?
A little bit of both. I think it was a long time making. This project is only 5 songs. To me, as an independent artist that got a job and a bunch of bills, 5 songs. You got 5 songs out of me. That's an album. Like, damn, 15 minutes. That's a long time to give to somebody that's not like throwing money to put it in your face, right? So like that album was dear to me because a lot of those songs were coming from. I have one feature on there, CDA Burnside. I got to hand it out to Chris because Chris was there when I made my transition from heavy metal, death metal to rap. Not only him, Mountain Jack, my dude, John Schillinger, he also just was there. Like them simultaneously were there, and I had Chris on this last project, and I kind of built it around that song, Thumbin'. And that was the 4th song out of 5 songs on that project. And all the songs leading up to that and the video song Financials is all just like me talking my shit about me protecting my money, me protecting my peace. What do you add value to? And I mean, Chris just killed it with that feature, man. And I just really had to give 4 other songs to make sure that I matched the tone of that song, in my opinion. So like that one was dear to me because that's the pinnacle of where I'm at now for this year. And this is just my base and where I'm about to blast off, man. These next 12 songs it's still in this atmosphere. It hasn't gone to space yet, but like, man, I cannot wait, man. It just keeps getting better and better.
No, that's amazing. I love the energy that you bring. It's refreshing. It's what the game's been missing, without going into, the politics of what's going on now. But we all are present of the Kendrick and the Drake stuff. But, without going deep, what I'm trying to say is like, I loved the interview that Kendrick put out before he did the halftime. He's like, I'm an artist. Regardless, at the end of the day, music is my toy. Like, I'm gonna show y'all how to play this game, and I'm gonna play it right. You can't be mad at that. Like you got involved in some stuff, and kind of skimming through. I'm all over the place real quick, but I was like, I see where J. Cole released the track just recently, the Clouds track, and Freddie Gibbs wasn't having that. Freddie was like, you always talking about bodying people, but you and then I had to think about it after he said that line, what he said, and I go back to originally listen to First Person Shooter. It's kind of as if J. Cole kind of set Drake up for failure, because it was J. Cole who originally said the Big 3 line. It wasn't Drake who said it, but that's how bullets rain. You just happen to be a casualty.
Hey, if they hurt the shot, they're gonna shoot back. Period. It's a reflex. Rap is very like it's very reactive. Like it's all just in the moment, and motherfuckers will turn on that mic and hit record and just say the first thing that fit the line. Yeah. And that's where I separate myself a little bit, because I do hold intention to my storytelling, if I will. And a lot of it can be to other people, it could be talking shit, but to me, it's like, oh man, I'm just telling my story.
Yeah, like,
but like, hey, J. Cole was top 3 in that moment because he probably made a lot of money in that situation. He said with the top 3, he was like, man, we made a lot of money this year. We're the top 3. And then, oh shit.
It's not like originally he was just sending out, like, he was just giving love to, just showing love,
Oh, that's why
that ain't the way it was received when they got to California.
There you go.
Dang, you're right.
There you go. But it has turned into a hysterical and historical moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that moment in time.
Say what it is. It turned into a historical mass genocide.
Yeah, it's been crazy. But I think it's just because people actually, there's some people out there who wanted it because it's still West Coast versus East Coast to them. Mm-hmm. And there's still OGs out there that's very heavily involved. And thank God for independent music, because if it was still industry only, there would be no good examples.
Like there are plenty of people who don't usually start. Like for example, when we were growing up, we had people like De La Soul and which we call it, like people like Tribe Called Quest, and people like Slick Rick, people like that. They just wanted to have fun. Yeah. Exactly. Most Def, all
E40. E40, man. Hey, another icon that I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna fucking front. Back when I first started rapping, I think E40 was like, to me, like, oh my God, what is he saying? Like his ad-libs are too much. But now, like, I have the utmost respect for fucking E40, and I think his lyrical is so funny. And sometimes I even cry laughing listening to it.
Like, he'll come up with a joke, and then he'll come up with a whole new slang term in the middle of his bar. Like, dude, what?
It took me years. It took me years to realize.
Like,
right? It's that for me as you get older, like. You watch, even like watching movies and listening to music is the same way. It's like, 20, 30 years ago when that was, so you mean to tell me now listening to it with adult ears that has a whole sense of, and it hits different.
Yep.
It turns, man, shout out. I see my neighbor in the comments, and we was having a conversation earlier, and he'd be like, you ever just watched a Disney movie and you got a whole new life lesson out of it?
Yes, absolutely. Especially the Disney movies, because, hey, Disney is probably one of the best companies in the world because of how much influence they have in their movies. But, oh my God, their customer service is world class. You know how many people Walt Disney paid to make sure that was what kind of legacy he left? You know how many people he offed just to make sure if they said his name wrong, and then he froze himself.
Like, bro, like I think what it is, like if you start off from humble beginnings, like he did, because he didn't start off rich. He was like what, the second youngest or whatever, living in a poor home and everything, and then had his first creation get basically taken from him, then had to start over again. Like, okay, like I the more I learn about Disney's history, just the person and the company, it makes me go, okay, it doesn't really explain how we got here now. Why do I have to spend a fortune just to go to Disney World? But at the same time, and their quality in a lot of their quality right now, it has kind of dipped. I'm not gonna lie, but I still enjoy. I still enjoy the stuff. Pixar stuff makes me cry every freaking time, and like I'm watching one of Pixar's new stuff right now. They got a show out right now called Win or Lose, right?
Yeah.
And and there's only been like 2 episodes out already, and one deals deals with depression and doubting yourself, and the other one deals with being defensive when it comes to when it comes to life. You got a guy who's a teacher who had a bad, who ended like a 3 or 4 year relationship with another teacher. He wasn't ready to get married. I'm like, I gotta remember, this is Pixar. Okay, they hit you in the field.
Yeah, because they remember the kids. They were like, we got to keep them buying for their whole life. How do we do that? We got to twist turns, bro. First of all, Walt Disney is from Chicago. He a businessman from the heart, day one. He came out the womb business. So what he did everything he's selling the fuck out of us to this day.
Yeah.
Okay, he was the real Peter Pan. Nah, he was out
hey.
Don't even worry about it. Make sure you stay on forever. Watch.
There's gonna be something from Pixar, Disney that's always gonna hit your emotions, your intelligence, you're happy, and you're sad, because that's something us as in our generation are always gonna buy into, because he just had the formula for what sold.
Is any of is there any feelings that you took from being a Disney fan and doing the type of hip hop you do? Has that inspired your music?
Hell yeah!
How much of it has inspired your music? Like, can we what do you see out of all the Disney, the Disney hits, new stuff, old stuff, or whatever? Which ones do you relate to, and that you found inspire your art?
Oh, man, there's just so many. There's so many. But one in particularly, obviously, the Goofy movie. That one hold the most, because let's go through it. I felt some kickback on that.
No. I'm with you. No, because that reaction. Okay, number one, Goofy movie, underrated. Okay, underrated, is getting its flowers more now than ever.
That should be illegal for whoever has this in underrated. And I'm the only kid, so I didn't have anybody to kind of compete with. I grew up thinking I was the only kid ever in the world, but I was humble about it. I grew up with cousins and a lot of friends that I was put in and to learn that your world is not yours, basically. But I understood one thing, and one thing Goofy movie taught me was fundamentally everything, not even about how it was made, about how the original idea was, the creator, and how his idea got taken and bounced up and down. Freedom of speech, man. I mean, I want to punch some people right now because just the way his idea got turned and everything. But still, at the end of the day, the Goofy movie, flat out, it touches the heart, because not only the music, the sound, the colors, the animation, the flow, the father and son. I grew up without a dad, but I had a mom that worked twice as hard, right? So that relationship with the father son, I should say son to parent, was very, very dynamic to what I wanted out of life. And I feel like that was the one I really went back and saw over and over and over, and watched over and over and over again. Anyway, Disney movie.
Man, I grew up watching that film, and it holds a special place in my heart and my girlfriend's. Like my girlfriend and I, we do these we do these movie nights, right? And we take turns picking. And one day, like one of our first movie nights, this happened to be on Halloween.
Nice.
And she wanted to watch Don't Look Under the Bed, followed by a Goofy movie, which is one of her favorite films of all time. Until this day, trust me, I get it. Now, I grew up with both parents, but looking at the Goofy movie again, you're like, okay, most Disney parents do not live, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. There's always an empty void of something like that.
Dead, you know what I'm saying? But Goofy, single dad, raising a teenager who's got like hormones going, he's got a crush on on a girl in the middle of high school. He feels like a geek, blah blah blah. You know, it's like this is a coming of age story for the for the both of them.
And he skateboarded.
And he skateboarded later on. And people, I see people today.
He was relate in Goofy.
Is it? Yeah, like I see people today kind of relate that to like they're like, yo, Goofy is black.
Dude, like, the creator was black. Like, yeah, that movie.
Like he's a black man. Like
that was a black movie. That was the blackest Disney movie.
Come on, man. He had the homie that was high for cancer.
Yeah, bro. He was like and the way he lifted it off the pizza and the jacuzzi. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Okay, man. No. Did that not make you hungry?
Yeah, that did.
For that
made me hungry for more. I wanted more.
Man, but it also.
Quick disclaimer: I just want to state that after this podcast, I will be watching the movie tonight.
Yeah. I got the actual VHS somewhere collected somewhere.
Oh my god, that is iconic.
It's not the VHS from my childhood. There's only a couple VHSs that I feel like I wanted to collect. I'm a big PS2 collector or PS1. I got all the little consoles behind me and shit. But the VHS, I think I'm more of like just a Goofy movie probably, and that's the one I really wanted to collect.
Man,
that's the one.
Man, my mom sold all our Disney VHSs, and then sometime down the road, I saw that they were going for like thousands of dollars on eBay.
Yeah,
if you had a in good condition Lion King VHS with the case,
yeah,
you'd be rolling in it for a little bit.
Yeah, just think about the next 100 years. You know, ain't nobody gonna have a VHS. You're just gonna have to install that in your brain using AI.
It is not because those things are they're deteriorating. Like if you're not taking care of them, they're deteriorating fast.
Yeah, well,
and now they're switching.
Yeah, literally the first thing I said was the Goofy movie. Twin hit me in the father feels. Hey man, your neighbor a real one. Oh God.
Bro.
Hey.
Combo got deep.
Like,
damn, therapy session. Jamar Green, he also a musician.
Listen, these conversations have turned into straight up therapy sessions. We have started combos one way, and then they just ended up turning and like getting that lump in the back of your throat. Like what? What's happening here? Look, this is what I'm going through right now. Okay.
Hey, sometimes we need to hit that, man. It just shows how human we all are.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the love, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like we got to get into the music, Kyle. I feel like we done got to know the guy. We done kick back. We done reminisce. We done went down memory lane. Now we got to get into the present. You know what I'm saying? And I got a gift for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube, don't get me with the music rights because Jamar here. He's here, Jamar Green.
Hey, run that shit. I give you commission. I give consent.
You dig? So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that track. This is
that's a new one. Let's go.
You feel me? That's what we do here. Everything they know.
Therapy is great. Yes, it is.
It is great.
Everybody deserves it. Everybody deserves it. Not you need to go to it. Everybody deserves it. You are the prize in that. Ready for the tunes. Man, run that, man.
Ready for the tunes. We ready.
Hey, don't be
talking about rush. Get alert to the watch. I might need to rush out.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to run that back.
I work
if they really right there, bring it back. Is that what we doing?
Yeah, we need you to run that back, man. Some of us can't hear it.
Yeah. When I get up, I get to the chores. And I'm chasing up my financials, of course. When it's like grind time, we can't get bored. And never get bored. Seeing nigga flexing, never get bored. I am the best man, if you know the product. I didn't get it to your door. Some of my favorite girl telling me I need to run close to my heart. Don't not rush. Get alert to the watch, I might need to rush out. Got a squad full of just a quality, won't ever run. Get right to it. I work too hard for burning this weight. I stop eating bread, collecting this dough. You need 450 to bake. Cause every time I wake, I bake. Right to the grind all day. Clocking in from that knife. Don't get it twisted, you that 9 for 500 trace. I know exactly what to do when the money in my safe. I invest in the bullet. Take it to the back and shovel it. Telling myself it's for a rainy day, but I won't struggle. Scared money won't make no money. Scared pussy won't squirt like a dolphin. No one want you to experience it all. I want you to access everything. Yeah, and no, I'm not rhyming rings. I'm ready for a first class thing. Yeah. Have you ever had whiskey from a mountain? Well, I wanna do that. Let's cover our fears together. It's the weather. You wanna get naked on the beach? Let's go ahead and cross the equator. Wanna see you flourish in peace, in peace. Yeah. When I get up, you'll never see me. Some my financials, of course. When it's like
Oh, it's a vibe. It's a vibe.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
Hey, thank you for running that for me, bro. Oh man, I never sit back and just watch it. Sometimes I never do. Like I know I created that day was exhausting, first of all, and just work itself just keeps me at bay of never going back and slowing down and watching my creations. So it's always good to go back and look at that. Thanks, even though it just came out. Thanks, even though it just came out.
I don't know, man. That was a vibe though. So where did you come up with the inspiration for that? Like, what was it like writing that?
So Financials was kind of a slow burn song. Like I got the beat probably like several months before I actually started writing it, right? I was like, oh cool, it's a weekend sample. And I usually hate rapping or like writing over samples with a voice, samples with the voice. But that one was like that was kind of like my first attempt at creating it actually. So like I was like, what touches home for me? What am I am? How can a person take me as I am? And that's kind of the questions I was answering while I was writing lyrics. Like, this is what I do. This is who I am. Protect my vibe, protect my everything. And either you love it or hate it. And if you hate it, then we don't have to buy it, basically. That's my little 2 cents on that one.
That's how you protect your peace. Okay, so we got a question from the chat. Question for Jamar Green. Do you ever get fixated on new music and find yourself working on it before, after, or during days off, and so on?
Oh yes. Okay. So I fixate on all my music. Like I don't do the mixing and mastering at all. I do the voice recording. So like I have my beat, I put it in my Reason, I put the beat in, put the BPM in, I record my sections, I record my hook, I record my verse, I record my ad-libs, and then I fixate. Boom, I'm there, I'm fixating. Does this really make sense? Does this hit home? Does this really hold true to me? And is everything in time? That metronome is there for a reason. And that making sure everything is aligned up is where I think I fixate more than anything, and delay, releasing or sending it off to get mixed and mastered. But as far as like writing the lyrics go, and I think that's where I think a lot of people can get hung up on. is the actual moment of writing lyrics. And you have to understand, like, when you're looking at writing lyrics and when you're looking at taking in a new beat for yourself, because remember, that's an experience yourself. There's only a few people out in the world that can take on just every beat in the world, right? They can just be throwing out any type of beat, any type of instrumental, any type of BPM, and just like rap over it. And that's not everybody, and that's okay. And you have to take that beat, and you have to take that feeling that you get from that beat, that mindset from that beat, and you have to marinate with it. You don't eat your food right away. You go prepare it, right? Same way with your music. You got to prepare that. You got to marinate with it. You got to be able to fixate over the music first, and then that's when your feelings become more authentic and be able to move forward on a song to put out. And I appreciate Shifa. Hopefully I said that right, but great video and song, honestly, and that's because of the hard work that went into it. And I appreciate it. Yeah. So, like, I think fixating over your music shows how serious you are. How fixated are you? Are you fixated enough?
Mm. Yeah. That brings up another question. Have you taken a beat, wrote a song to it, finished the song, and then completely rewrote it?
Oh
no. I have trashed it. but like there's stuff I'm sitting on where I'm like, okay, this was like early on in my writing. My vocab was still being stretched. Like there's a difference between me just starting rapping and wordplay and storytelling compared to having a few years into it, having a few years in my thought, having a few years on just music composition in a different way. And yeah, like that's the goal. I think that should be recognized in music making is the longevity of something. It should never be quick, easy, fast. And if it is, it's just because you locked in so hard and you isolated.
Uh-huh. I got you. Has there?
So I hope that
it did. No, it answered the question perfectly, man. No, I get it. So is there like what artists or bands or other creatives you haven't gotten a chance to work with yet? Like, who would be your like dream team?
Dream team.
Yeah,
outside the current team that I have that I think is amazing. I would love, obviously, being a Midwest boy, I would love to have some type of production from Kanye. We can talk about how crazy Kanye is in another podcast, but as far as his music goes and his idealistic on understanding programs within music and sound, him, Timberland, fucking making beats off of racks and pans and shit like that. It's just thinking outside the box. I mean, that was just obviously a given. Of course, if you have a super big platform like he did when he was able to get in the lab and really isolate on some strange ideas like that. Both of those people. I think those people are the most outside of the box people ever. I want to continue to be more diverse in my work. I want to be able to say like, I continue to work with people in Russia that are good people because Russia's looked at as hell on earth, and I think there's still good people everywhere on this earth. So like, rather they're sending me beats, and I just keep the negative shit away. Just period, bro. Like, even what's going on right now in our economy, in our everyday life, in our government, it's all fucked. So what can I do to better myself is keep a solid ass frame, control what you can control, and everything that's uncontrollable will be so much more easier because you are controlling what you can control. And that's my piece. That's always what I love to go by.
Respect. Still figuring that out. I think for myself, I figured some of it out at least. You know what I mean? Because I feel not just comfortable, but I know that there's a lot that I have no control over. Right? I know that there's a lot I don't know, and there's and the little bit that I do have control over is just me. No one else. me, you know. So
and that's what you have to understand. And boom, you said it yourself. There's a lot of things you just don't have control over. So why we even worry about it? Worry about what you can't control.
Worry about what you can control. Looks like you might have a fan here because they're coming with questions.
Bring the questions. I love the questions.
Do you work with upcoming artists that are not known? Do you work with other up and coming artists that are not known?
Yeah, I'm shout out CDA Burnside. You hear him on Thummin' on my last project. Once again, they just released 128. Find it on all platforms. You look it up. JARMAR Green, JARMAR Green, Backends, BACKENDS. You'll find it everywhere. It's a solid project. You see a little anime dude with a gun. In the back of him, it's a forest. But that's what it is, man. And I feel like my circle is really small. I pride myself in, if you go back and listen to my music, I talk about having a small circle, but a network that's intergalactical, because the internet really holds us together. I mean, bro, I'm on a podcast with DJ Steady and Kyle Eric. How?
Yep.
How?
You dig? Because
Exactly.
that's what we do. We do everything they don't do because we who they want. You dig?
Amen. Talk your shit, man.
We're going to jump on this other question from Miss Nunu real quick before we get out of here. She also goes on to ask, when do you decide what music you keep for yourself and music for other artists, if it's applicable?
So I try not to keep no music for myself. I try to understand the fact that music for myself is also music for everyone. Music is not something that should be bound. It should be like another sense almost. It should be like a vision, like hearing, tasting, feeling music. It should be like on that same spectrum. Like it's for everybody. So like I try to take my storytelling and hopefully try to relate with somebody more or less, right? That's what music is to really relate with other people. And so I try not to keep nothing for myself. Like there'll be like some times where I'll write like a little poem for somebody, like my little darling. I got a darling that we live with. I call her darling. And I write a poem for her once in a while for some like Valentine's Day shit. But like, you know, that kind of shit, but not like, you know, like if I'm in the studio and I'm storytelling about like an instance, like financials, I don't chase after like these imagery things. I go after what's most important. I go after what's going to improve like my life and the people around me, my vibe and my peace. And boom, I try to, if I get any kind of grace back, I'm gonna take it in the back and shovel it, save it for another day in case it rains again or something like that. Like that's my vision. And when I release stuff like that, my song and stuff like that, I try to speak on people. I try to speak to people. I try to speak as if I wanted to be talked to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The golden rule or something like that. Don't talk unless it's nice or whatever the golden rule. Don't speak unless it's, you know, don't whatever. I don't know. It's been so long.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah. That the golden rule.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. That's that. I feel like that's. But in internet culture, right? In internet culture, this is why I don't usually read the comments. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Like, I don't normally read the comments. Sometimes something tells me to read the comments, and sometimes they're funny. But I'd rather watch someone who, you know, those people that do like that react to videos and just look at the comment section and react to the comment section. I'd rather watch that. That's a lot more entertaining.
I like both. I like the reactions because now you're just listening to one person comments, but seeing all the comments there. Oh my God. I think I've become funnier the more comments I read. Even me like, commenting on like viral things.
Yep.
Like I think that's like good practice. Even for like spitting bars. Like lyrics.
Yeah.
Like,
I have
Amazing.
seen
No,
I have seen people turn comment sections into songs.
Yeah.
I've seen people turn comment sections into songs. Like you don't know.
I've seen that too,
like,
man.
Yeah, like no, you don't know. They might be spitting bars here. Or you don't like me because of what? What'd you say about my clothes?
Man, it's a cat on TikTok that goes live on TikTok, and he's like, "Whatever y'all drop in the comments, I'm gonna rap about it."
That's good. That's good
amazing.
So
exercise.
it's a big thing in this
That's
world.
amazing.
Like people didn't find out a way to channel it and make it lucrative for them. Like while we on the subject, something came to my mind. I'm like, remember that thing that came up about Snoop Dogg having a personal blunt roller that he paid somebody
40,
to roll his
50K.
blunts, and right, but I'm thinking here, 50 Cent is like the biggest troll on the internet. So I wonder, does he pay somebody to pick out stuff and be like, "Yo, Fifth, you got to go react to this, bro"?
I gotta think,
Probably.
but you know what? 50. I think 50 does it himself because a lot of his career, like, was dissing people, right? So he kind of had that already in him. Like if you hear like one of his earliest songs, "How to Rob," where he's basically going after the entire industry for fun, right? And like he names names, right? But that's
Ooh,
how
yeah.
he got. But that's how he got that's how he got known before he became like mainstream. People were like, where he pissed off so many people. He pissed off Jay-Z. He pissed off Wu-Tang Clan. He pissed off so many. Big Pun. He pissed off so many people, and some of them actually responded. So he's always
it shot him in there. It got him in there.
It got him in there. He's like, I'm gonna lay the bait and see what happens, and that's what he's doing. And that's what he's doing today. But no doubt in my mind, because he keeps putting all these shows and stuff out, somebody's gonna end up on his show from just comments and stuff online, or like or somebody, he's gonna make a character from somebody like another troll online, and it's gonna go crazy. I just have that.
No, I know.
I just have
He's
that.
He's a jokester though. He's going to do that. I mean, he thrives off that. What did he say? Fuck me for?
Exactly. He just wanted to see what you were gonna say. He just wanted to see what you were gonna say. You took the bait. Now what are you gonna do?
He had the most fun recording that video. Just like Soulja Boy. He loved getting pissed off.
Soulja Boy.
Right. It'd be cool because they're confident in their truth of who they are. And it's like, I like when you're mad at me. So what? I pissed you off. I rattled your cage that bad. Then what's my favorite line from Scarface? You need people like me. So you can point your finger at
Cat Williams.
That's the back.
Cat Williams said the same exact thing.
Cat Williams.
Kendrick Lamar did what
the same thing with the control, but the control layer. Oh God. God. He went after
bars.
Bars,
bro.
He went after everybody. He was like, "Look, we still friends, but I gotta get you on this."
Dude, that's why I love independent art, bro. I pray I don't get. I get if I want to take this as far as it goes, and if the industry is where I go, the industry is where I go. But I'll never lose this backbone of how real I am. I'm too far into being real. You know what I'm saying? I've been 35 on this earth. I've been 35 years on this earth. It's too far gone. My realness will never change. But some of these kids get into the industry real early, and then they can be swindled, swayed, wooed, and used and controlled.
Chief was at Orlando should calm down his truth.
Right. Oh, Orlando. You're talking about Mr. Brown. Talking about Mr. Brown. Oh man,
yeah.
I feel one day we will get some news on some shit like between Cat Williams and Orlando. They really tell everything. That's so crazy. Like
they do.
Let's see. Do y'all think that that's a gimmick? And how do you feel about artists being a gimmick?
Oh yeah, it's a good question.
Okay, that's a.
I feel like it's how you
that's
market.
A real
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what ARs were like. When music was at that moment of ARs doing their thing, and they tell you how to dress, how you move,
how you
before
move the whole time.
Right, before ghostwriters got exposed for being ghostwriters, when you was a gimmick, it's like being a wrestler. You know, you go into these alter egos, a persona, and if it doesn't work, then you
You
like
switch it up.
okay with music related with Titty Boy from Player Circle becoming Two
Right.
Chains. He reinvented himself on a whole
Right.
nother level.
And Titty Boy was harder. I think Titty Boy was better than 2 Chainz. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. 2 Chainz on the Alchemist and Larry Jones, that was wow. That was like Jay-Z level of flexing that I can't really attain. But like at the same time, they were really street about it. And I gotta praise homage to both of those artists because they talk their shit and they real about it. And that's the kind of storytelling I want to be looped in to that, like that type of music. Like I know I'm not like bar from bar, hip hop rap, but I am that rhythm and rap, and I try heavily to tie in to storytelling that reflects heavily on the common person.
You gotta like just continue to be yourself, man, because you got bars, bro. You got skills.
Dude, thank you.
You know,
I appreciate that, bro.
So that will cut through any noise. That's honestly what I believe. Like some of my favorite artists in this genre, because hip hop's my favorite genre, but some of my favorite artists are storytellers. Eminem is a storyteller. It's crazy, but he's a storyteller. MF Doom, storyteller.
Are you kidding me?
Eminem
is literally one of the, like, I think even growing up, I was really heavy into like alternative rock and a little bit of hip hop, right? So like, but Eminem was that crossover where you couldn't ignore. Like, that dude was a stressed out white kid, stressed out white kid that hit, bro. I don't know where y'all from, but as a Midwest dude, Eminem was really like us. Like, like, are you kidding me? Eminem had a lot of problems growing up and a lot of family issues, and bro,
and he just put it all in his music.
Are you kidding, bro? Steady, talk your shit, bro. Are you kidding me? Cleaning out my closet was a jam.
As a kid watching them videos, it did. He was. I would say that, to use the Goofy movie reference back in it, like Eminem was like that kid looking for a way out, and he's been that, like, especially when he became Slim Shady, and then people go, "Oh, he hates this," and I'm like, "You're not a fan of hip hop if you don't understand the way he utilizes his alter ego to disrupt."
Not only that, Eminem was able to bridge the gap from poetry and shit talking. He talked his shit, and there were some things in that he made rhyme. He made rhyme to get the point across, not because
stretch and bend. He loves words like that.
Eminem was. Now I will say, like, I will forever be old school Eminem over new school Eminem, or calm, just doing it because he's Eminem. Obviously, the more stressed out, angry Eminem, Slim Shady, was the one that I gravitated towards more. But still,
we get it. We don't like sobriety.
Yeah.
I get it.
You were an emo kid growing up, so you definitely more of that, right?
Yeah, I was. I really was.
That's that's where that comes from. Like, till this day, I am still a fan, regardless of era. My like, because that's just like that's how I grew. That's how I grew up. But but when I hear somebody with skills, with somebody with something to say, and they happen to do it over a dope beat, I'm like, you know what? All right, let me check more of your catalog out. Like, you're gaining fans right now, right?
Dude, I'm here to connect. I don't think I have fans. I have just connections and just genuine people, bro. Because no matter where you at, no matter where you from, no matter who you are, like, that's on a level of where we can get to as a connection. And boom, whatever skyrockets from that, bro. Like, fans is such a ugly word and such a, like,
There you
80 word, 90 word, bro. I'm such a 90 word, bro. I don't do this for the fans. I do this for me personally.
You
I'm
do this for
selfish
you.
about my music because I turn on this computer because I want to, and whatever comes with it, I hope it's the right connections that come into my life. Because once again, bro, nobody has time to waste. Nobody has time to fuck around. So like, if I get a solid ear listen, they resonate with something, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep those energies going, and that's how I feel about it.
Well, someone's asking for your
We're gonna take this question.
someone's asking for your Mount
Yeah,
Rushmore.
the audience.
Like who's your
inspiration.
Mount?
Oh, Mount Rushmore. How many people are on Mount Rushmore? I don't give a fuck about no Mount Rushmore.
I think it's
Other presidents, them damn presidents. I only care about the ones on the money. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Mount Rushmore. There's only about a couple of them, but I love the question.
man.
4 of them. So, woo! Mount Rushmore. I just lit up. So my head was in there. I'm gonna have to say Kanye at the front. Music, not the music Kanye.
Okay.
Not whatever's going on personally.
Not Ye. He won't Kanye
Exactly.
West.
Yeah.
You know, when it all falls, walk Kanye.
Kanye, Ye, all that. But Kanye West as a person,
Get it.
musically, Mount Rushmore of music. Who else? There's a couple. I gotta go through my list, man. Who else? Oh man, I hate this question because I always get stuck up because I like a lot of people.
It's okay.
Jay-Z, American Gangster. That album took my life. That album was so good. Obviously Kanye. I have to say Jay-Z on there because, bro, he did a crossover with Linkin Park.
Right.
You get an encore. Do you want more?
Because they were in the same studio.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? That's because they were in the same studio. They made a whole collision. All right, so like Jay-Z, Kanye, Future, because he talked that shit. He talk like Future can talk about real heavy drugs, obviously, but I think when you go to songs like, I don't know, there's a couple of songs I feel like he holds home to the hard worker and the soulful person, and I feel like I really do like Future on that more. So he goes up there. So that's 3. I got one more, right? I'm gonna say Eminem. I'm gonna put one more in there.
Yep.
Rio the young OG. I know he just got out of jail. He's from Michigan, but man, that dude's wordplay is unbelievable, and it's so simple. Like, I just can't believe it. Like that. Okay, and that's from Trenches to obviously huge, big.
Yeah.
Like, and that's about my mental capacity. I know if you ask me tomorrow, it'll be all different.
Nothing wrong. No, nothing wrong with that.
That's okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
But like, and then the Schoolboy Q. Like, I gotta shout out Schoolboy Q. Obviously Kendrick. I mean, this is all right. Now it's becoming a wall of China out of.
See, because more people keep popping up.
Exactly. Well, anyway.
You were inspired by so many, but
it's a lot. It's a lot. And then I'll also praise the fact that, you know, the people who I usually do say, like, yeah, if you asked me last week, because I had a podcast last week and I said my Mount Rushmore was Master P, fucking Boosie, fucking Soulja Boy, because these are all people who took music as a stepping stone and got into product and business, right?
Understandable.
Movies and shit like that. Master P would be at the actually face head of my Mount Rushmore, because not only did he came out with a movie called Repo that was not only the funniest black movie in the world.
Oh,
bro. When Michael, are you kidding me? Dude, Unhinged Michael Blackson. Are you kidding me? That movie was the classic. When they went on a date at that burger place, I remember being a kid and just being in tears, just like crying tears because of that movie. he said,
Yeah,
bitch,
you bring it back. Memory
that
unlocked.
nigga is dead. DUD, boss. I can't believe it. And the fucking Cat Williams was the manager.
Okay.
Hey, Goofy movie.
I haven't
The
seen this
Repos.
one yet, so I might have to go. I might have to watch it.
Hey, when you watch that, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
what? That dude was in the NBA. Master P is up there, bro.
They still like rock.
Hey, Master P is up there. I'm sorry that I disrespected your podcast with the lackluster
Bro.
Mount Rushmore when
Bro,
I had one on deck.
There is no disrespect. I don't feel no disrespect at all.
Yeah.
No,
Percy's
like,
up there.
what did you do?
Percy was up there, and I'm sorry for not saying that first.
I'm saying Kyle can tell you in my early stages of podcast, and they asked me who would my dream podcast interview would be, and it still stays the same. Master P is my dream interview podcast.
I feel you, bro. That's gonna happen. I promise.
He has been saying this since I've been working with him. That's always been his dream. You know,
Master P got a lot of knowledge. I feel like that's who I would take to dinner with over $1 million.
Because what he did, first of all, being from the Calio Project in Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? He was already like from the backgrounds of being a troublemaker. Could have went pro. People was slip.
He did go pro. He was on the Raptors.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay, my mistake.
He was on the Raptors.
But and then left and got back in the hustle.
I can't believe it. Like he never missed a beat. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was in the NBA for a minute." What, you want to buy my product? $10 million. Bro is I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wow, Master, you're right, Steady. You up there with dude, Master P, like head of the Mount Rushmore. I'm glad you asked that question and had me realize that my first answer was bullshit and my second answer was almighty. Master P at the head.
But you have the right. You have the right to change it. It's your.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm just talking shit.
Yeah.
I did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we gave you enough content for tonight because if we go on, we're gonna be making a whole movie right here live on the podcast. And
not like we haven't done it before.
My boy trying to get right, but I'm trying to change the narrative. We reloaded now, so I'm trying not to go that extreme.
Yeah. Let's get the cut off to keep people wanting more and more. Yeah, buddy.
You dig?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to go and get me some dinner while he's smoking on some good,
Yep.
good reefer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Loud.
Oh, and also my last point. Let me close out by saying two things. If you ever smoke weed, please use hemp wick. Do not use butane. Butane from the lighter carries a lot of chemicals that ruin and burn and melt your body. But if you literally light a hemp wick, that's all. Just one little simple boom. You light the hemp wick like that, and then boom, you light whatever you're smoking. It's a natural flame. That's it. And that right there is going to protect your innards. It's going to protect everything. It's not going to protect everything, but it's going to limit the butane entering your body. That's what I should say.
Only here on Live with DJ Steady and Company. We get a lesson in securing your smoke habits.
Yeah, you're gonna light up, get a hemp lighter.
Amen.
Duly noted, okay, people.
Amen.
So tell everybody where they can find you at, where they can stream your music at.
Yes, everybody, if you're out there, thank you so much for listening in, giving me a little bit of piece of your ears, a little piece of your night. Happy middle of the week. We're almost there to the weekend. Hey, DJ Steady, Eric, Kyle, Eric, thank you all so much for giving me your time, giving me the space. My name is JARMAR Green from the Midwest, Indianapolis, Indiana. born and raised. Control what you can control, so all the uncomfortable moments can always be more comfortable. You can find me on Instagram at BLK Bullet, Black Bullet, BLK Bullet X on Instagram. And simply, if you just Google JARMAR, JARMAR Green, you'll find me.
Beautiful. Now, is that green like the color green, or do we have an E at the end of that?
Nope, green like the color green. JARMAR Green Instagram. Let me see if it works. Let me Google.com. JARMAR Green. What comes up? Yep, that comes. I come up when I Google myself. So
there you go.
Yes, that is out there. Oh, and you can check out a YouTube video of me performing for the Senator, Dr. Valerie McRae, that ran just last year. I hate the fact that what the U.S. has turned into, but man, she had a lot of policies in place that were really going to protect us as we need it the most here in Black History Month. But hey, the future is ahead of us, and just keep prayer up and keep your vibe up and keep your presence up, and always protect you, your 12, your 6, your 3, and your 9.
I hear that.
My brother Chief will say, send him a song for him to jump on. He definitely wants to collab.
Hit me on the gram. We can chop it up, please. Oh man, I love collabing. It's so easy for me. It's so easy. I have it right here. Let's do it.
All right. Looks like that's gonna make that happen. Hit him up on Instagram. Get him in the DMs.
You dig? Hey, hit him up. You feel me? I love it. My job here is done, ladies and gentlemen. I did what I did. I stood on business. I delivered the business. You know what I'm saying? This has been a viewer discretion televised with JARMAR Green. Go check him out. You know what I'm saying? Get your finances together.
Right?
Check him out.
Amen. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Exactly. This has been live with DJ Steady and Company. I would like to thank my company, Kyle E, for rocking with me since day one. A1 since day one. Y'all, again, make sure y'all go check out the A for Able podcast, new season, featuring yours truly, DJ Steady.
The episode is called Overcoming Spina Bifida. Yeah, check that out on all podcast platforms. We got them on Spotify. We got the visuals on our new YouTube channel. And thanks again for Steady for being the first guest of 2025.
Absolutely. It's Pisces season, so you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go dive in to something and keep my energy and my vibrations up high. But I love y'all. Stay blessed, stay protected, and always stay ready. Because when you stay